In a city of spectacle and grandeur, the biggest show in town right now is right here, Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. All bye weeks now in the rear-view mirror. We are full speed ahead in the race for the postseason. Week 15 is underway on EA Sports. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. They bring him down. He shook off a couple of defenders there on a nice pickup. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Throwing here, Ritter. Oh, he nearly starts the game off with a pick. Just couldn't hang on to it. Good defensive play, though, regardless. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
You feeling lucky? Well, do you? Well, he should, because quarterback got away with one right there. That was an easy pick dropped by the defense.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Throwing off the play fake here. That's incomplete left side.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered creating that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Here comes the Broncos punting unit. And he'll punt it away to end a disappointing opening drive. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. And this angles out and hits the sideline. That's a good punt there. They're pinned at their own 8. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun here. To the right and hauled in by Jones. And he's brought down. They're spotting this one right at the 20. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Back to pass on 1st and 10. Finds his running back, Dylan Laube. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains. I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out, and this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
Escapes the pocket. On the move, looking deep down the middle. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
That was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Still inches to go on 3rd down. Pass play coming here. He's trying to go deep again. Big gain downfield. And he'll go out of bounds after a pickup inside the opposing 40. Give him 32 on the play. And that's good for a Raiders 1st. They are throwing it again. Has him on the quick hitter. And that is a touchdown. The Raiders trying to lengthen the field and take a 6-0 lead. Point after from Carlson is up and good. And the Raiders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Back to throw now, it's Ritter. Working the sideline. Oh, he got it. Drug the feet. That's a catch.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
Second and 6 coming up here. From the 34. Got a man, it's Marvin Mims. And what a hit there. Alex, she faced the price for moving the chains that time.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And he's able to manage a couple on that run. Offense up to the line fast. Second and 8. Flush down out to his left. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Getting the fullback involved here. And they make this stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line. A 5-yard gain on the play. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
Well, I call that a table setter. If you're getting that kind of efficient production out of your fullback, well, that just sets the table up for everyone else on this offense to eat.
They'll run here on 1st down. And he runs this one down across the 35 and inside the 30. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
It's taken in by Williams. And he stopped cold at the spots. Well, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Give him 5 on that carry. Bring it up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Another carry for it. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Call it 4 yards, and they're set up with a manageable 3rd and 2. They give it to him again. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Going for it. It's Williams. And he cannot shake the tackler along the line of scrimmage. So the run doesn't get the yardage. It's a turnover on downs. Throwing from his own end zone. Jones reels it in. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. They just get the play off. He puts some power on a deep one left. They connect on the deep shot. It's the end of the first in this AFC West showdown. Neither side separating much so far. We'll return to Allegiant Stadium right out. Time now for the second quarter. Raiders in possession. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. That one's cut along the left sideline. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw when you throw it that deep outside the numbers that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off. This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
On 2nd and a few. The shot to the end zone is incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
They've held him out twice. Here we go. 3rd and goal. Looking to the air here. And this will be a Las Vegas touchdown. The Raiders pull out in front further. 13-zip. Carlson now to add one more. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders double their lead to 14. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Putting the tight end in motion. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Trayvon Merrick there for the stop. 1st down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Oh, look at this. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Along the outside. He crosses midfield. And he's down to the 42-yard line. They strike for 23 yards. And the Broncos will have a 1st down.
Gosh, I love that creativity of the play call. Name of the game is putting the ball in the hands of your best, your playmakers, creating matchups for them to take advantage. And this time, not as a receiver, but as a runner. That is job well done.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. From the gun is Purdy. It's complete. Oh, my. They left it wide open downfield. All the way. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos make it a 1-score game in the 1st half. Point after try is good by Lutz. And the Broncos chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to give them a drive starting at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Nice work by the back here. Playing safety valve complete. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
The these intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. And it sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
And he's officially into enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
Able to find Jones. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
I feel so bad, I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today, because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Looking right, and he finds it. And he's out of bounds just short of the 30. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Drew Sanders that time on the stop. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
Trying to find Brock Bowers. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Finds him over the middle. And he stopped cold at the spot. Well, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down. Has it down close. And in for the touchdown. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. It has been wash, rinse, repeat for them offensively, Brock, as, well, we all wait for this defense to find a little backbone before this becomes a runaway.
Yeah, I'm a little torn up here in this booth because you're exactly right. Offensively, this is just a machine. Surgical. Defensively, you're running the risk of being embarrassed here pretty quickly.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Here's 2nd and 2. Short pass brought in. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. So it's the 2-minute warning here from Allegiant. The Broncos facing a deficit near the break. First and 10 from the 41. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
2nd and 10 now. Hauled in left side. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Broncos have to hurry here. Clock's still running. Ritter setting up to throw. cut by Sutton. Breaks the tackle, green grass ahead. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
I love this, Kate. No issues at all going to this receiver in the short field because they know at any time when this man touches the ball, he can transform a short completion into a big play.
Oh, what a stiff arm! And he found some running room for a nice gain. Broncos have to hurry here. Clock's still running. Running for it again. And he's brought down for a loss. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. So now, here's 3rd and goal. In motion right is Mims. 3rd time's the charm. He gets it again. And he's in for the touchdown. The Broncos make it a 1-score game before halftime. Extra point try now from Lutz. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Broncos chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. "19 seconds remain in our opening half. Let's see what they do with it. 1st and 10, looking to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Still time for a couple of plays, though. 15 seconds left. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Trying to throw here out of the gun. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
He's got it inside the 25. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. Daniel Carlson out to try this Raiders field goal. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. This is a 35-yard look for the... Coming off the edge, and it's blocked! And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down, and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Throwing it to start this drive. Hits his running back. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
Second down now, 7 to go. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Has the connection to Jones. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's a Vegas first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
This ball's cut by Bowers. And he gets him around 6 there. Donovan Wilson getting there for the stop.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
Chased out to his right. Now here he goes. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it. New set of downs for him at the 38. Throwing from the gun here. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown. The Raiders grow the lead coming out at halftime. Carlson's extra point is good. And the Raiders double their lead to 14. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. They're going play action. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Throwing from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down.
It's pretty impressive, isn't it? They built this type of lead for themselves because that's actually, Kate, their first sack of the game. And that's why smart front offices and complete teams build a well-rounded roster. That way, if a core component like the pass rush today isn't there, well, the other areas of the team pick each other up.
And he gets his offense in better field position here to start. Up close to the 30. Nice 12-yard pickup on the return. And it'll be Raider football. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he's in. Touchdown! The Raiders keep their drive alive and reach Pater 1 play later. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
So they tag him for roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they locked in and try to stick him deep. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Hand off to the back. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. He throws a bullet to the center of the... That's grabbed inside the 30. And he gets in. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
You know, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. You got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Here's Lutz, set to kick this away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Looking for a throw here. He puts some juice on a deep throw. They connect on the deep shot. And he will take this in. Touchdown. The Raiders stretch their lead to a 3-score advantage. Carlson to tack on the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Raiders stretch their lead to 21. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Purdy to throw it. Caught by the tight end, running that corner. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. This play goes for 36. And that'll be good for a Denver first. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. On 1st down, they'll run. And he's got a nice run. That reaches the 26. Pickup of 8 on the run. And that sets up 2nd and 2.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Finds a man right side. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Broncos will have a 1st down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Working inside the red zone. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively. Is that one?
This is is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. They get about 4 there, need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6. Purdy gets this from the pistol. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. They'll try and punch it in. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. It's 2 yards on the gain, and now it'll be 2nd and goal.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. Going ground game again here. And this time he gets it done. Touchdown! The Broncos shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. Lots there to tack on the extra point. And the Broncos get it back to a 14-point game. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Throwing now from the gun. He gets this one to Myers. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It goes as a pickup of 37 yards. And that's good for a Raiders first. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Throwing deep. Well, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. Donovan Wilson picks it off. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it. Yeah,
that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away just as they did.
So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. Back in his own end zone, looking to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Got the one-on-one they wanted, Brock, on that slant, but just not enough to get the completion.
Yeah, you got to create separation. We all love the slant route. It can be super effective, but you got to beat press. You got to beat jam. You got to beat off man, and you got to create separation so there's not that bang-bang impact to knock the ball loose like that.
A very active quarter for us. Plenty of points in that. Looking at a tough spot to punt it away if this third down is unsuccessful. From his own end zone on 3rd and long. He has the first over the middle. The 40. Hits the 20. And he gets it. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos now within 1 score in the 4th. Mike Williams, the touchdown. That score was less about the throw, although it was good, partner, but it was more about getting it to somebody who knew exactly what to do with it.
Well, Kate, it's a good thing the touchdown shows up on both their stat sheets, because sometimes, well, it's quarterback who delivers, and sometimes it's the effort after the catch that really makes the magic happen.
So here come the Broncos. Big spot now as they try for 2. It's caught. Ooh, and he can't shake the defense. They track him down in the backfield, and this 2-point attempt fails. And the Raiders are able to secure the kick. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. Well, the good news is, still a decent bit of time left. Maybe a little quick on the draw to dial up that onside kick.
Yeah, you know what happens, Kate, in these moments, right? We've been doing this for a while.
Yeah.
And you see my brain just going to overdrive, trying to peel back the layers.
He's got it inside the 10. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown. The Raiders go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. Carlson now to add 1 more. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders lead by 15 now. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. From the gun is Purdy. And the Raiders get there and take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Working quickly here. Trying again, following the sack. Well, his first real mistake, that's intercepted. Oh, he loses it on the return. They could get this back. And the Raiders get to it. And the Raiders take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Completed here to Laube. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio, this guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
Big gain downfield. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Throwing ground on 1st and goal. Runs it in for the Las Vegas touchdown. The Raiders have likely locked up the win right there. Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the deep...
A risky throw, and they're going to intercept it. Picked off Brandon Jones.
That keeps the score. Raiders 55. Broncos 34.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Purdy. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Another try following the sack. He put everything he had. Well, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. Trayvon Merrick has it. And the Raiders are going to take over after his 9th interception of the season. Oh, boy. They cleaned up the fumbling issues from the last drive, and now it's an interception that turns the ball over.
Yeah, and 2 very different tones and tenors on these 2 sidelines. One coach is pleading, begging for some ball security. The other is simply saying, keep it up, boys. Keep taking that ball away. Job well done.
And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. They've got 1st down from the 31. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Has it down close. Touchdown. Well, Brock, not much to say other than the fact that this offense on point. They're just clicking today.
Just rolling. I mean, this is clinic. This is what I call teaching tape. Being well prepared, and more importantly, going out there and executing at a high level.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Give now to the running back. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Second and 12 behind the sticks. Complete to Mims. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
1st down, Broncos.
Lone back gets the handoff. Into the 2nd level past the 30. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run, but I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
1st down, and they go right back to it. And he's able to take this down to the red zone. He's stopped at the 17. Offense in the hurry up here. We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Vegas. Broncos hoping to do some window dressing in the time remaining. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Back-to-back carries here. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. A nice gain of 8 there, and that brings them to 1st and goal.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
They'll try with the wideout. And he takes this one in for the Denver touchdown. The Broncos making the scoreboard look a touch better. We can't stop anybody. Extra point try now from Lutz. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Broncos cut the lead by a quarter, down out of 21. Well, don't look up at the clock, everybody. That is certainly not their friend as they get set to try an onside kick. And the Raiders are able to secure the kick. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Wow, they're going to pass it here. He fires one deep down the middle. He's got it deep downfield. He has the touchdown. Carlson to tack on the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Raiders grow their lead yet again. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Now Purdy. Mims with the grab. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Running for the marker on 2nd. Crosses midfield, still going. Down the sideline inside the 30. And he finally ends up out of bounds after a huge gain. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
Anytime you go over half the field in one play, totally changes the complexion of the drive. They're now set up beautifully in enemy territory to end the series with some type of points.
Oh, they got it. Intercepted along the goal line. The rookie from Penn State makes the play. And the Raiders are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Trying to find Brock Bowers. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Deep down the right sideline, it's his running back making the catch. Give him a full 40 on the play. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
You know, Ken, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field.
They connect on the deep shot. And they're not stopping the destruction, partner. That is caught. Touchdown. The Raiders keep running away with this. Carlson good on the extra point. And the Raiders continue piling on to this lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback, this drive starting from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. And he heads out of bounds. Great pickup on that run. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a 1st down pickup.
1st down throw by Purdy. And this one falls incomplete. Still 17 seconds left to play. Tried getting it to Cortland Sutton. And it sets up 2nd down. Plowing up the middle. And he's able to reach that midfield stripe after some solid running. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3. And here's a timeout with just 1 second left on the clock. So we're going to have one more play left in a game that's already decided. This undoubtedly the final snap of what's already a decided contest. One final shot here. Trying to push it deep downfield. And there's our last-stand image of this game. It's intercepted. Jeff Jones has got it. And the Raiders make one of their best plays at the end, coming up with the interception on our final snap of the game. The Black Hole can take that party over to the Vegas Strip as the Raiders win at home. And they draw first blood against a division rival.